I'm 11 years old and I'm going to tell you about Friday, a filly that we have at Equine Outreach Horse Rescue in Bend, Oregon. This is an 8-month-old blind filly who came off the BLM when she was only 3 months old. She had no mother. Oddly enough, she arrived at Equine Outreach Horse Rescue in Bend, Oregon on Friday the 13th. This is a video about her second day at Equine Outreach. The halter is on her because they basically had to drive the trailer up to her pen and scare her out of it. Our first mission today is to get the halter off of her because we don't want it to grow into her face. Babies' faces grow very quickly. We also don't want this rope around her because it's hazardous to her legs. Only certain people can work with her because she is a wild Mustang, and we're taking things very seriously because she could kick people and accidentally run into the fence because she can't see. We are having a hard time finding someone to put in with her because even though she looks like a very sweet baby, she is very feisty, and we are not sure. She is very playful, and we are not sure who we have that can match her energy. She obviously wants a friend because she is smelling the blanket in the corner. But every time she tries to go over to the horses on either side of her, they try to bite her, and she just doesn't understand. We're hoping that she'll have a human playmate soon. Kaylee and I are in the pen with her, trying to figure out how she wants us to catch her. One of the things that we're noticing is that she stands still best when she's by the shelter. That's probably because all the horses that are close to her fence. Another thing that we have noticed is that she is good at turning around and facing us. But also she leaves her lead rope out so where someone could grab it. But when someone approaches her, she just gets scared and doesn't know what to do. The approach that you see Kaylee taking here is when Kaylee approaches and the filly turns and faces her. She clicks and turns around to take some of the pressure off of the filly. When the filly just shifts side to side, Kaylee moves with her. But when she really needs to escape, Kaylee gets out of the way. It would be dangerous for Kaylee and the filly if Kaylee tried to stop her in this situation. After the filly escapes, Kaylee taps her hand on her leg and gets the filly back to her place by the shelter because that's where she seems to be most comfortable. You can see that the filly is leaving the lead rope out where Kaylee can grab it. But when Kaylee gets close, the filly gets nervous, changes her mind, and leaves. It's hard for Kaylee to tell what the filly wants her to do, grab the lead rope or approach her from in front. The filly is clearly leaving the lead rope out on purpose. Horses tend to protect the lead rope as they would if it was their own legs. Horses tend to do this when they don't want someone to be able to grab a hold of them. It wouldn't be fair for Kaylee to just reach out and grab them. We're not so much trying to catch her as more like to teach her how to be caught. We want to teach her a routine that we can use in the future. A lot is going on with the filly right now, so we're going to slow down the narration and let you watch. When the filly does something good, Kaylee will turn away as a reward for the filly. Turning away is taking some pressure off of the filly. We aren't giving her treats yet because she hasn't learned to take them, so turning away is kind of like her treat. When turning away or backing up is used as a reward, it is a type of training called pressure and release training or natural horsemanship. Ultimately, we don't want turning away to be the filly's reward forever because we want her to want us around. Right here, the filly is allowing Kaylee to get close to her, but now she is unsure of what's going to happen, so she bolts away. Now Kaylee pushes the filly back to her corner by the shelter, beginning to reapproach her. Keeping the training in the same location will help with it potential environmental distractions. Imagine if you were learning how to swim. The pool would look very big to you, but if someone told you that you were supposed to get in by the ladder, then it would seem much easier because you would know what to do. This corner for the filly is like the ladder into the pool. As the filly begins to escape, the paint on her side, Billy, is not happy about her arrival and scares her off. Back in her corner, we start again. Here you can see the filly doing her routine of turning and facing, and then she licks and chews. This is a sign that she's relaxing and entering the learning frame of mind. When she heads back to her corner this time, she's more relaxed about it because her head's down and she's walking slower. These are really big improvements. It won't be long before we can touch her. The way the filly is swishing her tail indicates that she is using the thinking side of her brain. If she was wringing her tail, that would indicate fear, and if she was swishing it quicker and a little more violently, that would mean that she was irritated or angry. This time she stands still much longer than she has in the past. The first touch is a big step for the filly because she has began to start to trust Kaylee. Since horses are prey animals, the first touch is a very big deal. Right here, Kaylee is going to give the filly a treat. Because the filly hasn't seen other horses eat treats, she doesn't know if the treat is safe for her, so she takes it, but then she spits it out. What we will do to get the filly used to treats is feed horses around her treats to let her know that the treats are not poisoned. Most horses get used to taking treats in 1 to 3 days. Although complete trust hasn't been established yet, Kaylee has established a strong foundation for this first session.